Alright, Gameweek 12 is here. It kicks off this Saturday, and I'm here to help you build the best free hit draft possible. So let's not waste any time and dive straight in. In goal, I'm starting with Laments. Yes, it's a bit unconventional, I know, but United play at home, and David Moyes has Old Trafford demons. Remember? Everton have been creating chances, but they still lack that killer finishing touch. So that's why I'm hoping for Laments to get a clean sheet. Maybe. In defense, first I'm going with Kukurea, the only Chelsea defender who is truly nailed. In an ideal world, Reece James would play every game, but this world is not ideal. But still, Chelsea have the easiest fixture on paper this week. If you really believe in them, you can even double up with Sanchez in goal. I wouldn't, but you can. Next, I have Timber. Gabriel is injured. Calafiori is a doubt. Timber walks straight into the 11 and he is the most attacking defender Arsenal have available. Arsenal versus Spurs will be a tight game. I'm not expecting a clean sheet, but going without an Arsenal defender is too risky. Most managers will have one, and you don't want to be on the wrong side of that 6 pointer. The next one I have is Van Dijk. Liverpool have been inconsistent, I agree. But they play Nottingham Forest, whose entire attacking plan is long balls and throw ins. Now, I hope Arne Slot have learned from his mistakes and finally knows how to defend long balls and throw ins. Plus, this match has set piece goal written all over it, and Mr. Van Dijk is basically a skyscraper with a neck. But if you don't trust these picks, you can also go for a Crystal Palace defender. They're playing away, but they're playing against Wolves, the worst team in the league so far. Mark Gay is a doubt, but you can go with either Lacroix, who's a cheaper option, or you can go with Munoz, who's an attacking option. First, I have Mbuomo, man in form, so that's a no-brainer. United have one of the best XG numbers this season, and Mbuomo is right in the middle of it. No need to overthink, no need to go for Bruno, despite him being on penalties. Second, I have Garnacho, ex-United, current Chelsea, and suddenly thriving. This season is all about catching players early during their hot streak. I've picked him over Neto because Neto is mainly in the team because his work rate is really good, but Garnacho is more direct and he's in hot form. So yeah, he's my man. Next, I have Semenyo. I know he was injured during the international break, but we are yet to receive any update from the manager. So he's in my team unless he's deemed injured and is out of the squad. I know he's not been in his absolute best form, but Bournemouth are at home, and honestly, he should have scored that penalty last week. Next, I have Minte. This guy is going under the radar, not in the spotlight, but keeps ticking along. Brighton versus Brentford promises goals. Both teams defend like defending is optional. So he can be your differential pick. Next is also a value pick, Kevin Shard. Not a big name, but great value for money. This season, like I said, has all been about value midfielders, since the premium ones have been quite disappointing. Now, apart from these picks, you can also go for Gakpo, the only Liverpool midfielder who has been reliably returning. Solid pick. Now one would argue, bro, take Doku, take Choki, City are in good form, but I really wouldn't risk picking a midfielder from Pep's team. He would be benched after getting a man of the match. Next, we move on to the forwards. First, I have João Pedro. If you sold him right before he started scoring again, I'm sorry. Truly, I'm really sorry. But that's how FPL functions. Sometimes the game humbles you just for fun. A Chelsea attack double up looks tempting this week, and João Pedro fits in perfectly. The next one I have is Mateta. Great fixture against Wolves. You can even double up with Sar if you want, but buying at least one Palace attacker feels mandatory in this free hit. And the next one is an obvious one, Haaland. If you need a reason to pick Haaland, brother, maybe FPL isn't for you. He's my captain too. Yes, he plays away at St. James's Park. And yes, Pedro and Mateta are decent alternatives if you want to gamble. But I don't have the courage to fade Haaland when he's flying like this, especially after leading Norway into the 2026 World Cup. So that's my free hit squad for game week 12. I know I haven't discussed any bench options, but because if you're using a free hit, your team goes back to the original team the next week. So there's no point really talking about bench options. You can spend all your money in the playing on the playing 11, and how, considering how this season has been going so far, you shouldn't be picking any premium players, so that will save a lot of money for good bench options as well. So make your picks, go ahead. This was my free hit squad for you for game week 12. If you found this helpful, do hit the like button, subscribe to Sports Pub, and stay tuned. Thanks for watching.